Hey guys, and welcome to One of a Kind Reviews. I am Paul.
And I am Dale.
And welcome to last week, number 4. We're going to try something a bit new, so the format's going to be a bit different this week. So let us know in the comment section what you think.
Starting off with some of the big points coming out of Raw this week. We had them officially announce Brock Lesnar for the Royal Rumble, which is going to be quite interesting. I'd like to see how they book that. Not sure how they're going to book that. I mean, it's going to be really strange.
Without making him look like shit.
Exactly.
Or winning the Rumble.
The only way they could possibly make him not look shit is if they go from 1 to 30, no one gets eliminated, Lesnar comes out at 30, and then everyone eliminates him.
Or he suplexes about 15 guys over the rope first.
Yeah.
And then he's just really tired.
Or he just somehow suplexes people that crazily that he breaks the ring and fucking somehow falls over the top rope himself.
Or he goes to suplex Big Show and the momentum takes them both over.
Any of those things could work.
I reckon genuinely that'd be a great way to eliminate Brock. Like, without, just eliminating Brock.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, he's in the Rumble now, so you've got to do something with
Exactly. I mean, if he's not going to win, what are you going to do?
I don't know, but it has to be something pretty significant to be like, well, this is why Brock didn't win.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Because they've got to kind of protect him. They've booked themselves into a corner with Brock for the last, 3 years. They can't do any wrong with it.
No, not at all.
Anyway, so another big thing to come out of Raw probably would be the US title match.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting this to happen on Raw.
I don't think anyone was expecting this, to be honest.
So what we're talking about is Del Rio taking on Kalisto for the United States Championship.
In what was probably easily the highlight of Raw.
Yep, absolutely amazing match to put on a show stealer.
Yeah, well, it's not hard to steal the show when you look at the rest of the show.
Yeah, that's the show.
You look at the rest of the show, it's not hard to steal that show. But, it was a really good match, and fucking Kalisto got the US title.
Yeah, it was very unexpected.
Where did that come from?
I was waiting for some sort of Del Rio winning via shenanigans, and then, they have their rematch at the Rumble kind of thing.
It's later in the week. It's later in the week,
Later on.
Yeah, but, good for Kalisto. Hopefully he actually gets pushed to somewhat of credible status.
Yeah, it was good to see. Just going to briefly touch on the progression in the Divas Championship storyline. This week we saw Becky Lynch attack Charlotte before her match, which was quite interesting to see.
Yeah, well, it was very, very heelish, I suppose.
Well, not necessarily heelish, more so.
She did it at the best time, though.
Yeah, while Charlotte was doing the splits.
Yeah, because there was very little, that Charlotte could have done about that.
You can't defend yourself while you're doing the splits.
It was kind of brilliant, to be honest. But then, so Charlotte kind of cracked it after that, and Ric Flair was just like, oh, well, she's the champion, she got attacked, she's not competing.
Which, I mean, is fair enough. I mean, people usually don't wrestle after they get attacked.
Yeah, that's genuinely a good excuse.
Yeah, no shit.
But people were booing her.
Makes sense.
Yeah, just by default, because she's a bad girl.
You're going to call her a bad guy.
And it would have been pretty appropriate. Anyway, moving on. So, the main event of Raw was a one versus all match.
In reality, it was 1 versus 1 match.
That was the most appropriate use of, annotated commas there that we've ever had. So
you would have been better off calling it a lumberjack match, and even that wasn't the case.
No, it was literally a gauntlet match.
That wasn't a gauntlet match.
No, but that was the setup of the match.
Yeah, it was meant to be a gauntlet match.
Yeah, it was you have to... It was literally the line from Stephanie McMahon. You have to wrestle everyone until you just can't move anymore.
So that means Kevin Owens.
That just means Kevin Owens and nothing else. Which, fair enough, Kevin Owens is kind of a badass, but not that much of a badass.
No.
Anyway, so basically when everyone started getting involved in the match and stuff, Brock Lesnar's music hit. We got the best facial expression from Xavier Woods I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely priceless.
He sold the shit out of that return. Well done. And so Lesnar just basically came in, destroyed everyone.
Yep, you could pretty much tell what was going to happen straight away.
Yeah.
New Day walked up to him and you're like, yeah, double clothesline.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that, like, for the last 15 minutes, or the last 10 minutes, I should say, of the, 1 versus all match, which was Owens versus Reigns, the entire crowd were kind of just, like, looking at the entrance ramp.
Yeah, like, where's Brock?
Like,
come on.
Come on, Brock.
This is boring. Come on.
Put us out of our misery, Brock. And, eventually he did.
Yeah,
thank God. And, yeah, there wasn't really much else to come out of Raw, to be honest.
Yeah, no, not really.
No. So, we'll move on to some of the stuff from SmackDown.
Yeah, well, we had, at the start of SmackDown, Dean Ambrose come out, have a bit of time in the ring. Actually, quite hilarious segment at some points.
How he got dropped off to the arena was brilliant.
Screeching tyres, comes around the corner, out of the car reverses off insanely quick.
Yeah, what did they call it? Something
sure.
Uber. It was, obviously Uber being like the taxi service, but it was like a renegade Uber or something.
Yeah, quite a possibility.
Oh, well, there's probably people who drive Uber vehicles that are quite like that.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
And I'm sure Dean Ambrose would probably know those people, so...
Yep, we had Dean Ambrose also ask for a drum roll, which he was surprised that he got.
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that was rehearsed. It didn't really look very rehearsed.
Because the drum roll started and he looked like he had a legitimate surprise on his face.
Yeah, so guys in the production truck were like totally on their shit.
Yeah, good stuff, Kevin Dunn.
Well done. That's the only thing that you'll ever do well, so... Yep.
Except show off his teeth.
Yeah, well, it's a bit hard not to, so...
Yeah.
Moving on, we had a tables...
Actually, no, you forgot to mention the biggest part that actually came out of that promo.
My bad, go.
The Dean Ambrose officially announced that him versus Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble will be in a last man standing match.
Yay!
Yep, that's going to be fucking awesome.
And to be honest, considering, like, you guys probably feel a lot like us in the way that the Royal Rumble match is probably going to be very disappointing.
Extremely.
So, at least we've got that.
Exactly.
We've got a last man standing match. Kevin Owens versus fucking Dean Ambrose. Hell yeah.
Should be good.
Should be very good. Moving on, we had a tables match between the Dudleys and the Wyatts.
Yeah. Quite a disappointment, to be honest.
It was good while it lasted.
Yeah, while it lasted, about the 6 minutes it lasted.
Yeah, it really just finished very suddenly with a very awkward looking just push off the stairs by Bubba. And Luke Harper just kind of fell into a table.
Oh. It's about the most anticlimactic table match victory we've seen since Big Show stepped on a table.
Very, very true. But I think one of the things that was very noticeable about SmackDown is like the roster was very, very light.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that they were missing a lot of people that were obviously in India with it for their tour at the moment.
Well, if you didn't notice, then look at the match of the Social Outcasts, which is kind of just the leftover roster to start with.
Yeah.
Versus the actual leftover roster.
Which included Damien Sandow in his... I don't know if it actually was his intellectual savior of the masses gimmick, but he was wearing...
Or just the tights.
Yeah, he was wearing the tights. It also included Zack Ryder, Goldust, and... Who was the other? Goes to show...
Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel's in the Social Outcast.
Oh yeah, shit, he is too. Fuck, shit.
I don't know.
See, that's how fucking, credible they were. I didn't even know who it was. And, so, that illustrates to you how many people were off doing more important things than SmackDown.
Exactly.
Anyway.
We then had a rematch for the United States Championship from what we saw on Raw. It was Kalisto defending against Del Rio this time.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they would do a rematch on SmackDown.
Well, I mean, after what happened, we now know why they did it.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Del Rio won the title back.
Why? Why would you give a guy a title, then take it off him literally the next day?
Because he's Kalisto? I reckon they're just fucking with the Mexican talent.
I think they are. That's what I thought. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, they're just fucking with him.
Yeah, well, I don't get it. Like, I mean, John Cena spent how long trying to make the US title important?
And then look what
he did a pretty good job. And then Del Rio took it.
It's essentially like that prank that you see on YouTube. Put a bit of money on a fish hook and, someone's going to grab it. Nope. It's pretty much like that.
Although one thing we need to mention is that Kalisto flawlessly executed his entrance while wearing the title.
Yep, and as he was rolling through on the second roll, he somehow managed to loosen up the title and remove it from his waist while rolling.
He unclipped the belt while he was mid-roll. It was fucking awesome. That was like almost as good as the match itself.
Yeah, it was extremely impressive.
But yeah, so apart from that, not really much coming out of SmackDown.
I mean, we had
a tag match.
Yeah, tag match main event, Ambrose and Neville against Sheamus and Owens. I mean, that ended in a DQ with Ambrose and Neville winning that match and getting the upper hand towards at the end of SmackDown.
Yeah, and to be honest, there's not really a lot more coming out of this week.
No, not particularly.
Apart from, like, obviously Lesnar's now in the Rumble. Jericho did the highlight reel, I guess, if you care about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent segment. Wasn't great, but...
And the New Day were in it.
Yeah, I mean, the New Day were in it, so that kind of
made it better. He didn't work a match after it, which made no sense. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much this week.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hear more about these topics, we'll be doing a podcast that will be released, we're not sure when, but we'll go into more detail on these things in that.
And onto the overall rating of this week, Dale, what would you give it?
I'd say probably about a C-, maybe a D. Wasn't a particularly great week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a D. Apart from, like, the US title matches. No.
Yeah, there was nothing really impressive
No.
Came out of Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, and, like, Lesnar suplexing some people. But
yeah, we've seen that before, though.
Yeah. It's still good to watch.
Yeah, it's still good.
So, the MVP of the week, who are you going with?
I'm going to have to go with Kalisto on this one. After his impressive, not only matches, but his win on Raw, and his absolutely flawless execution of his dive in the ring.
The dude knows how to wear a title. Like, He really fucking does.
Can't give it to anyone else other than Kalisto.
And he knows how to take a crazy bump to the outside as well.
Yes, he does. He almost broke his neck on SmackDown.
Yeah, no shit. Anyway, onto my MVP of the week. I'm just going to go with Ambrose this week. To be honest, he didn't really get any like concrete wins this week. He won by DQ on SmackDown in the tag match, but I don't know. He's just been very prominently featured this week and just booked generally to look pretty good against Kevin Owens in his feud.
Yeah, I mean he had the pretty decent like promo on SmackDown, very entertaining.
Yeah, he was one of the most entertaining bits of this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just give it to Ambrose because.
Piss break. Both have to go with the social outcast versus whatever the rest of the roster was.
We know 3 of them.
See, you've actually got Axel listed there, but
yeah, that's how memorable it was.
I have no idea why. Why would you even put that match on?
I don't know, but I'm literally blanking on who the other person was.
You and me both. What? Sandow?
Swagger.
No wonder we couldn't remember.
Jack Swagger.
I'm not surprised we couldn't remember. Our minds are just blocking him out. And who can blame them?
They have been for the last 5 years. Anyway, yeah, and on to the match of the week.
Yep.
Or matches of the week, I should say.
Yeah, matches of the week. It is Del Rio and Kalisto, both of them, because both were just as good as each other.
Both were just as good as each other, and compared to anything else this week, it was, like, far and beyond.
Yep, they absolutely killed
the best match. So,
as for Jobber?
This week I'm going to go with Luke Harper as my Jobber of the week, because he got pushed through a table. And that was the end of the tables match.
Yep, you've got a good point there, but I'm unfortunately going to have to go with Stardust. I mean, he lost to Titus O'Neil. Need I say any more?
The only good thing to come out of this week for Stardust was his little tribute to Bowie. Which
exactly.
I think a lot of people our age probably wouldn't even get.
Well, I didn't get it to start with.
Yeah, it confused me a little bit. I thought he was doing Ascension-ish kind of looking face paint. But
yeah, you and me both.
That was apparently not the deal. Anyway, so that wraps up the week, and that was the whole fucking show, guys. So like, share, subscribe, check out our podcast coming out very soon about this week's events and big news in the world of wrestling.
Yeah, and just general wrestling conversation if you're interested in that sort of thing.
Yep, so we will see you then for some more one-of-a-kind reviews.
Have a nice day. No chance in hell, you've got no chance.
We only do this once a week. It's been like 2 months since you've introduced a video.
People are going to be so confused.
It's been like a quarter of our tenure as a channel. Fucking hell.